guys, welcome back. It's Paula with Paula's Imperfect Plans, and today I'm here to close out our paycheck budget from January 24th because it is the night before payday and all through the house. Okay, so I'm not super prepared for this. I like doing this digitally, but all of this is filled in because I fill it in as I go, the actual amount, so I'll just kind of walk through it. My pay was actually, I don't think it was as expected. It was more than I expected. But anyway, 1237.70, and my husband's was 1554.44. Interest on a SoFi account that we no longer have money in, but we must have earned a little bit of interest before we pulled that money out. So that was 349. 681 were roundups. So when we put cash back into the account to pay back non-cash expenses, we round up, and that led to $6.81. And then plasma. So week one was $115, and week two was $125 for plasma, and then $5 bonus. So our total income that we're working with is $3,047.44. We started the 2025 in 2025 challenge, and we saved $70. That was 2 spaces on that tracker. Buffer is 30 cents. That's just what was left over and change at the end of it. So the total savings there was $70.30. We're still working with $29.77.14. Coming down to our monthly bills, it was basically all as expected. That's the last month of this Cricket access because it was super cheap. Yeah. Monthly bills, nothing too exciting. For annual and semi-annual bills, we set aside $100 for home and car insurance, $35 for registration, $8 for workout subscription, and $10 for Mint Mobile. That leaves us with $24.05. Coming down to variable expenses, we have, I actually adjusted it this time to account for the cash that I took out and rolled over. So we actually spent $229 in groceries. Allowance was right at just 39 cents below, so 140. $49 on beauty, nothing on work meals, $20 that I rolled over in drinks. $94 for dining out, $15 in car washes, and $5 for donuts. $190 we put into cash sinking funds. $17.70 ended up being the school lunch bill. $114 for Amazon subscriptions, which are all household items. Toilet paper, paper towels, toothpaste, deodorant, soap, dishwasher pods, that kind of stuff. $50 onto our Quick Start gas cards. And so 130. So my son got 2 free tickets to an Iowa Wolves, like semi-pro or whatever it is, basketball game. And so I put 1 week of plasma. So that $130 was 1 week of me donating plasma. Instead of putting it into the travel sinking fund and pulling it back out, I put that toward the hotel because the game doesn't get over to like 9:30, and I didn't feel good about driving home after that with him. So we got a hotel room, so that went to cash flow. That you'll see the rest of that on the budget for tomorrow. And then miscellaneous was $152.41. What do we got here? So $6.31 I still owed for van repairs. $62.10 I had to purchase lower ball joints for my Suburban. And $54, there were some school shirts for a celebration they had that last week at school. And so I bought a t-shirt for each of my kids, and that was $54. And then $30 because I had budgeted had all the money saved up in the sinking fund to do my kids' passports. And I forgot to budget for them to get their photos taken. So it was $30 for us, for the courthouse to take $10 per kid for their photos. So that $30. So that's where $152.41 in miscellaneous comes from. So that leaves us with $1199.74. We come down into vacation. I had budgeted $50, and I put the $50 in that I budgeted and the $115 for the other week of plasma. $40 went into our Christmas. I'm not doing it in the high yield savings fund. I'm doing it in cash in like the binder and the challenges that you see. $160 to summer daycare, $50 into our medical sinking fund, and then $215 ended up going into savings challenges. So we budgeted $100. And then there was just a bunch of rollover amounts from me pulling out things out of other envelopes. And some I budgeted $100, but then I was over, and instead of doing IOUs in the challenges, I just grabbed from different categories of our wallet. So a lot of those, so is rollover and just pulling it out of different, whoops. That's not what I meant to do. Plus. Uh-oh, there we go. So $630, we ended up putting into sinking funds there. And so our leftover income, we're working with $569.74. So then if we come down to our debt section, our minimum debt payment was on our HELOC was $255.41. The amount that we put on the balance, the minimum we put on the balance transfer card with our second paycheck is $195. And so after everything went everywhere else, and some of those savings challenges went into my debt binder as well, we still made a $119.33 extra debt payment, for a total of $569.74 paid out in debt. Oh, it doesn't show it it only shows it for the month. I was going to look at the percentage since it's all done. So for the month, 11.9% of our income went to debt payment, which is cool. And even some of this count. So it's more than that. 21% went to sinking funds. I think this is calculated correctly. I'm pretty sure. 38.5% went to variable expenses, which a good chunk of that is those miscellaneous amounts, which were just things that came up after I budgeted. So almost 7% to annual and semi-annual bills, 18% on monthly bills, and only 3.4% in savings. Anyway, so that is our budget closeout. So in our monthly goals, I had finished funding our checking buffer, which we did. Pull up the whole month, which we did. We did that with the first paycheck. $200 extra to debt principal. So if I come down here to the debt category, I did extra. We put $203.74 extra in debt principal. And then $250 to our travel sinking fund, which is just doing the month of January in the 3K challenge. And we're definitely through January and partway through February in there. So we definitely did that. So feeling good about the month of January. That is our budget closeout. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time. Bye.